So these are instructions for composition number 1 or redacción número 1. As you already know, each composition will have 2 submissions. A submission of a first draft that I will grade, and I will write some marks for you to review and rewrite, and then submission number 2 that will be your final draft, and in this second draft you will have included the corrections I gave you, and you will turn in the second draft and the first draft already graded together, so I can see what has been your thinking behind the instructions I gave you for changes. First draft will be worth a 60%, second draft a 40%. This video is going to be in English because it's going to deal with a document that is written in English, and these are some instructions that I want them to be very clear for you. So I'm giving you in this instruction set, I'm giving you some directions, but I also want to let you know that being original is something crucial in this composition. Usually when I read my students' work, if I see a title that sounds very appealing and interesting, I leave it for the end because it's the best part. I leave the best for the end. So you want to write a composition that is original, that is interesting, and that is catching the reader, and the reader is me. So yes. So directions are here, but please, make it your own. Academic dishonesty, these include online translators. It's okay to use dictionary. Use a translator where you enter a whole sentence and that is translated. One dictionary I recommend is Word Reference, this one right here. And in there you can see the meaning of words, but not the translation of sentences. Another problem with dishonesty that I've seen often is asking for the help of a native speaker. And if a native speaker is giving you a direct translation, that means that the idea you're writing doesn't come from you. So please stay away from doing this. Make sure you use your book. That's the best resource you can use. You can use the spell check on Word. That is totally okay too. I order you to turn in a Word file, not a PDF. So please do that because that way I can write on it all my suggestions. There's a minimum of 175 words for this project, which is very little. So if you can write a little more, don't be shy. I'll appreciate it and enjoy it. So if you can, do it. Again, 60% for the first draft, 40% for the second draft. And I appreciate when you include a word count at the end so I can follow a little bit of what is going on and I don't have to count it myself. Once the first draft is graded, you will receive your work to revise it. There's a symbols page in Canvas in the module called Redacciones, and this is in Blackboard, but it's in Canvas, that you will use for doing the corrections. And if you don't do the corrections, I will give you a 0 in the project. In the module I was telling you about, that is called Redacciones, you are going to find the rubric that I will be using for grading and some other information that you may find valuable for the project. So what do you have to write about? Tu rutina diaria en una isla desierta. Usted es el protagonista de la película Castaway. Castaway es una película donde un hombre está perdido en una isla desierta. Imagine su rutina diaria en esta situación, donde se acuesta, donde se lava, cómo se lava los dientes, cómo se cepilla el pelo, qué desayuna, qué cena, qué almuerza. Utilice los verbos reflexivos. Incluya al menos 3 adverbios de la lista. Y por favor, señálenmelos con un subrayado. ¿Sí? Así, ¿de acuerdo? Organice la información en párrafos. Esta es la lista de adverbios. ¿Sí? Quiero que utilicen los adverbios conectores para organizar la información. La fecha de entrega está en el calendario del syllabus y es la semana próxima. Miren el calendario y no aceptaré trabajo entregado tarde. Entonces, por favor, empiecen a pensar en este proyecto, ¿sí? Porque se entregará la semana siguiente a la semana 6, entonces en la semana 7. Cualquier pregunta, por favor, mándenme un email.